Hey guys, in today's video we're going to look at how you can recover when your team deployment is awful and you start losing as a result of that. And we are playing the EBR 75 FL10, the tier 8 premium, and we are on Studzianki. So my thinking initially, because there are 3 light tanks per side, is I don't want to play super aggressive and go into the field. What I would want to do is I want to just go over the bushes over here at these buildings and just take a look and see what I can see. And pretty much immediately I noticed that our team, they're all going north. There's a few tanks kind of sitting in base still, but most of our team are all going to the north. So I don't have any support over here. So that's a little concerning right off the bat. I realize I'm probably not going to be able to do what I want to do because I'm not really going to get any support. So I immediately start turning around, and you can see I'm crashing into buildings here because I'm still fairly new at the EBR at this point in time. This might have been the 3rd battle that I played with the EBR, so still not a great driver. Put a shot into the LTTB that's just poking through the bushes in the middle there, and I switch out of travel mode so I can get a little bit better maneuverability, just so I can get positioned in this bush correctly so that I can not poke out through it. And you can see right there the renegade on our team just kind of drives straight into me. Not sure whether that was on purpose or he's just like really clueless, but certainly the latter at least, because he's driving through the open, takes a hit by artillery there. I decide it's definitely time for me to leave. That guy doesn't know what he's doing. Obviously, he's likely going to die pretty soon, and even with just there's a Karn over here as well. It's not enough to really hold that flank. So I'm leaving, and as I'm leaving, you can see the 2 other light tanks in our team decide, now that they're half health, they want to come back to this flank and YOLO into the enemy light tanks, which are still mostly on full health. So I'm not sure what their thinking is behind that, but I'll try and take some shots of opportunity here while they YOLO in and likely die. So get what I can, or take what I can get out of the situation. But I certainly don't want to go join them. You can see they're both already dead, basically. They've achieved nothing just by suiciding in against all 3 enemy light tanks over there. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. I didn't want to go fight the enemy light tanks. So obviously the right decision. But now, we've lost 3 tanks. The Renegade died. Our 2 other light tanks died. The Karn's alone on that flank. I don't want to go over there and die as well, so I'm going to relocate. I'm moving over to the north side, which I don't really like to play typically, especially since there's 2 artillery. Like sitting up on this hill here with 2 artillery is pretty risky, but there's not a whole lot that I can do otherwise, so I just move up here to see whether I can achieve anything on this flank, since we're obviously going to lose the other flank. So I poke up the bushes here, spot the enemy Karn. I don't get spotted immediately, but as I retreat, I likely get spotted by him there. Pull back, quick snap at the Progetto. That actually goes in. The gun handling on this thing is kind of ridiculous. Start moving back to see if maybe I can get another shot into him there. He's poking it a little bit. Misses. Back down again. And you can see now in the south, the enemy Lynx has killed one of our artillery, and I make a bad poke here. I get hit by both the Karn and the Progetto, so that's why I really don't like to play this flank. I don't feel like it's a very strong position, so now it's definitely time to leave here, because at this point, they've got 2 light tanks in our base, and I'm going to have to go deal with that now, and hopefully try and stabilize that flank, and try and get the tank destroyers here on my team to hopefully support me. I can spot for them, and hopefully they can take out these light tanks here. Our other artillery goes down there, put a shot into the Lynx, looking for the second one. That was really aimed on my part, but the Egg Tiger manages to pick up the kill on him. Now I'm just zipping around trying to avoid getting hit while I'm lit. And I see that their LHM TV is now pushing up, so I've loaded high explosive because he's got really weak armor, and I can HE pen him. And first one misses, but the second one goes in to get a good 250 damage on him there. Just surfing the ridge line here, trying to stay in a position where he can't hit me easily. Coming back, and then the Udez picks up the kill on him. So at this point in time, now we've gotten all of their light tanks killed, actually. So it's a very commanding position that I've found myself in now. I have no idea how I took that hit. I guess maybe I was still a little bit lit, or it was just like a really good blind shot on their charioteer's part. So that was unfortunate, but I'm just gonna have to deal with that. So I'm moving along the red line here because I want to see if I can spot maybe the enemy Karn on their team, and just figure out where he's at and whether I can sneak up and over onto the other side of the map and kill their artillery. And right here I get outspotted, which is a little bit concerning, but that happens when you have bad view range. And then I see him now. Put a quick snap on into him as I'm driving by here, and just trying to avoid getting hit right now. Just going as quickly as I can, trying to move back and forth a little bit, pick up a little bit of assist damage on him there. And at this point in time, I definitely know I can't beat that guy. I can't circle him. There's too many buildings, so I'm just going to keep going and see if I can maybe kill the enemy artillery, because certainly I can outrun this guy. So I'm hoping maybe I can just get a quick artillery kill or two and then avoid him again. I still don't feel very confident about winning this battle, so I'm just trying to maximize my own personal score at this point in time. It's still looking fairly bleak, and you can see I kind of spin out over the rough terrain there, readjust, and continue on looking for the enemy artillery. And then right here, I spot the enemy Centurion, who is just sitting at base, so presumably he's just AFK. So immediately I start backing up, and I'm double checking, and I can see he's not moving at all, so he's definitely AFK. So I start firing in his direction. I had HE loaded because I was expecting artillery. Now I'm reloading APCR, go to respot him again, and confirm he's still not moving. And then I see the enemy artillery as well, who I wasn't exactly sure whether he was AFK or not. It looks like his barrel's kind of pointed upwards, so maybe he's not AFK. He just didn't really move from cap very much. Fire off 2 more APCR in the direction of the Centurion, reload HE, and moving back now to spot that artillery. And I still don't know, maybe he just doesn't have 6th sense, so he doesn't know that he's been spotted. Take him out, and now moving back up to see if I can spot that Centurion. Now, you could make the argument that I shouldn't be wasting my time trying to kill this guy, and the HE rounds there unluckily don't manage to get through his side there. It's a mistake on my part. I definitely should have fired APCR, because his tracks and his skirts are going to prevent HE from penning. But now I see the enemy Karn has decided to make a play for our cap, so I start going back to deal with them, and then, funnily enough, he kills the Egg Tiger, and the Egg Tiger kills him, so I no longer have to worry about that. And it's actually 10-10 now, so now I'm thinking, oh, we can actually win this battle, because it's actually, they've got an AFK tank, so they actually only have 4 tanks left, really. So now I'm just trying to finish this guy off here, backing up so I don't get spotted by him, because I don't want to have the enemy artillery be able to put a shot into me. Get unlucky with the accuracy roll there, and just aiming where he is. He should still be sitting there. I'm thinking this should kill him now, but unfortunately it doesn't. Looks like the second one went really high there, so now I have to move up again and try and respot him so I can kill him. And right here, I make a mistake of rushing that shot and not backing up, because now I get lit. So now, shit, I'm spotted. Take some cover behind the building here, because I don't want artillery to kill me. Start backing up, and I start reloading HE, because I want to be able to just kill the enemy artillery in 2 shots. So now it's loaded, and I'm going to go move up through the bushes here and see if I can see him, and you should know what happens. Here I spot the artillery, and he's completely oblivious to the fact that I just killed, his AFK teammate and the enemy, the other artillery. And right here, I spot the Kanonen, and I make a mistake. I just zip out right in front of him, and then he takes me out. So, unfortunately, you saw one of my shots missed there, and I really should not have gotten that overconfident. I saw that he was distracted, and I figured, oh, I've got the drop on him. I'll just zip by and shoot him, but one of my shots misses, and then he's able to take me out, and I really should have been more patient and backed off and tried to reapproach, use bush mechanics, because he was at the open. I could have retreated and came back around and tried to grab this position over here and maybe respotted him and get a better chance to kill him. So at this point in time, it's 2v2. It's the Udez or two Udez with the Udez TD and the Udez medium tank against their defender and their Kanonen. And my thinking right now is that the Kanonen, who was over here, if I was him, I would try to move over to this position maybe and get an angle on our Udez, who's being proxied by the defender. They're proxying each other. So I'm telling him to drive in that direction. I think that he needs to go in this direction, one, to try and spot and kill the Kanonen, and then if the defender chases him, then the Udez is going to be able to punish him. And you can see there the defender pokes out a little bit, and the Udez gets a shot into him. He drives it a little bit that way, and then he decides to turn around because I guess he figures he can kill the defender, which is, in my mind, this is still a pretty risky play because the Kanonen could be behind him. But we see now he's on cap, and our Udez makes a super aggressive play. He just jumps out in front of the defender, manages to kill him, but takes a huge hit in return. So that was like a really, really aggressive play on his part, and he's lucky that it worked because he could have been ammo racked or set on fire, or that. So that was a really, really ballsy play by him. I wouldn't have made that, but it did work. So at this point, it's obvious where the Kanonen is. He's on our cap. Huge misplay by him, in my opinion. He could have probably won this if he had just went and supported the defender, but you're not going to cap by yourself most likely when the enemy forces are relatively close to you, and now you're putting yourself into a 2v1 situation. And I'm just telling these guys, low with high explosive, he's like 140 HP, so you're guaranteed to kill him in one hit. You can probably be enough to do it because he's a low HP and he's got low armor. He gets spotted there. The Udez 14 moves up and puts a shot into him and gets the kill, and it's GG. So you can see we came pretty close to losing that battle because of a misplay by me, but thankfully my team was able to pull it off in the end and still win it. And it was looking pretty bleak for almost the whole battle up until the very end, when I was able to see that they had the AFK Centurion and the 2 artillery, which were completely oblivious to my presence. So it worked out for us in the end. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea of what you can do when your team is kind of at a really bad start at the beginning with everybody going in one direction. The last thing you want to do is just die on the weak flank by yourself. You have to try and move into a better position, see if you can do something on the opposite flank, and let the enemy make some mistakes, which thankfully for us they did, and we were able to win it. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit